Let's go. Put them likes up, man. Put that like up, man. What's good, chat? What's good, man? New media, Nation United. Oh, get them likes up. Turn up, turn up. It's a party today. It's a party. It's a party. Shout out to Jaheim Nesbitt. Shout out to DG King. We're going to have some fun today. Shout out to JG. Joey, I see you in the house. We turning up right now. I got my boy Slick Madison in the house. He going to join the panel. Swag Buzz is in the panel. Share the video. Yeah. Yeah. New media's in the house. Shout out to Rev, Coach Joe. I see you, Alex. Already. We turned up right now. We got a groove out right now. Woo! Yeah. Man. Oh, that's a grand entrance. Let me add the brothers on. We turning up today. We are turning up today. Let a friend and even a foe know that we're live. Let me set this up right now. What's good, Swag Buzz? Slick Madison, what's good, brother?
Hey, good. You can hear me?
Oh, yeah, I can hear you, brother. And
right,
for those who do not know, subscribe to Swag Buzz. It's easy to find. You go on a search engine, Swag Buzz. He talks about college football, Jackson State. He's from there. He's from Jackson, Mississippi. Shout out to Jackson. And I think, Swag Buzz, you're going to be talking about basketball on your channel too, right?
Yeah, a little bit later on, but mostly college football right now, talking about the SWAC conference. Yeah, all the HBCUs in the SWAC conference. But yeah, I dibble and dabble in basketball too. I like the NBA too.
That's good. Subscribe to his channel.
Big fan of the Ball family. Big fan.
No doubt. So I'll start with Swag Buzz and then I'll go with Slick Madison. How you doing, my brother? Before I go with Swag Buzz. How you doing, Slick Madison?
Hey, good night, fellas. I'm good, man. You know, blessed every day, man. Thank you for having me on the panel once again, DJ. Can y'all hear me properly?
Oh yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, good. Yeah, it's good to be here. Let's get the show on the road, man.
Already. So the positives, the potential of Kai Jones. He's raw, but he's super athletic. And he definitely fits with LaMelo's style of play. He can run like the wind. But he just has to know the intricacies of the game. He's got to know where to be. Sometimes, young players, they think too much. Bouknight, slow start, but caught fire. The only problem with Bouknight is he's 20 years old, and he's playing a position that he usually doesn't play. He's not a point guard. He's a shooting guard. It's an easy fix because when the season starts, you won't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
Swag Buzz, watching the game, what was you impressed with and what was you not impressed with?
Well, in regard to Kai Jones, he kind of reminds me of Giannis when he first Giannis when he first came in to the league. Giannis was raw, couldn't really shoot, just had pure athleticism, could dunk all over your head, and I kind of see that in Kai Jones. I mean, he gonna get some PT. He gonna get out there when the season starts. But he raw. He don't really have a jump shot like that. But I'm pretty sure they're gonna use him down low to get some dunks, rebounds, and stuff like that.
What about you, Slick Madison?
Yeah, likewise. To add on to what Swag Buzz is saying. Yeah, Kai Jones. He has a high ceiling, man. His ceiling's pretty high. I won't say Giannis. I would say maybe a hybrid of probably a Giannis Pascal Siakam type player. Somebody that can run, somebody that can, like I said, run in transition, get out and run, catch lobs. Somebody that can, become a better defensive player on the wing. Also, his IQ is not fully there yet, but he's a young player, so you gotta expect that with younger guys. But his ceiling is very high, man. You know, his floor right now, if you look at it, is actually better than I say 30% of the league. I'm very impressed with his play from the summer league. The young man is doing very well for himself. He's building his rep up. He's getting some more play time for himself. He's gonna earn every minute that he's gonna get. And yeah, there's definitely a lethal weapon for LaMelo, man. In the regular season, and it's gonna be a fun thing to watch, man. This Hornets basketball is gonna be a show, man. They got some. LaMelo got some dogs this year, man. It's just up to Coach Borrego to you know get these guys on one page. It's not gonna be easy. It's not gonna be something that's gonna be done overnight. But if Borrego is listen, man, the talent is there this year. Tebe's out of there. I don't want to hear anything about the Tebe situation. He's gone from there. LaMelo's gonna get his minutes. We know LaMelo's gonna perform. We can count on Rozier here and there. I don't know about Gordon Hayward yet. I'm still iffy on Gordon Hayward, but I do believe, they have a little bench. I do have, Booknight is looking pretty good. I mean, listen, you got to give him his, give him his props. He is doing what he's supposed to do, even though he's not there yet, but he's gonna get his, man. And like I said, give these young guys some time, and it's gonna get better, man. So. Yeah, I'm very impressed so far by the young guys. There's some guys I'm not impressed with, but I'm gonna leave it at that.
What the thing that I'm scared of is Bouknight got an alpha personality, and I just don't know how it's gonna mesh with LaMelo.
I
Like
didn't
that scares me.
I didn't want to say.
Wow,
like
not too many people talk about that too.
And I
yeah. So
noticed
when the
one thing too.
season starts, it's gonna be interesting to see how they mesh
Listen.
together because Melo's from the West Coast. He's kind of playful, kind of cheery. I see Bouknight kind of got that hard New York personality. I don't know how it's gonna mesh, man. I don't know.
Yeah, and to add on to you, my brother, today when I got home from work, man, I was daydreaming a little bit, and I said to myself, wait, what if we see another scenario where, let's say Melo is having a bad quarter, and he's benched, and Bouknight is coming in to close the game. So a scenario like that. I know it's not going to happen, but I'm just saying it's a possibility that Bouknight may have a better. Okay, Bouknight is definitely the spark plug off the bench. What if Borrego, because I still don't believe that Borrego is fully like on the LaMelo team or LaMelo bandwagon, or we want to call it. I still think that Borrego still thinks LaMelo has something to prove, and which is ridiculous to say because LaMelo has nothing to prove. But I just know I'm not buying this LaMelo Borrego partnership right now. I'm still not buying it. So what I'm saying is, what if, yeah, and I didn't want to be the person to say, and you know who started it? You know who scratched the surface about this with Bouknight? I have to give Rev his props, but I know Rev didn't want to open up a can of worms and really get into detail. But I already know what Rev is thinking, and I already know what you're thinking, my brother Swag. What if we see something that happened with Tebe and LaMelo last year is going to happen this year? Because, like I said, Bouknight, listen, this is a guy that led his team in scoring. Am I wrong? I mean, 18 points a game in a conference where it's known for ball dominant guards, and Bouknight, he's not coming out there to be like a fourth or fifth string. I mean, even off the bench. But Bouknight wants to get his too. Bouknight is coming out thinking, okay, I feel disrespected to be an 11th pick. I should be in the top 6 or top 7 pick, the worst. So he's going to come out there and he's going to have something to prove. So what if this is dynamic with LaMelo? Can it work? I mean, Terry Rozier is pretty ball dominant, but Terry Rozier gets his, LaMelo gets his. Can it work with Bouknight off the bench? Can he understand, listen, this is LaMelo's team. Go ahead, my brother Swag.
Well, I think people are gonna forget that the difference is LaMelo fell to the Hornets. If the Hornets had the first pick, they wouldn't have picked LaMelo. he fell to the Hornets. They picked Bouknight. So I think that's gonna play a part too when the season starts. I mean, you got to understand they got lucky with LaMelo, but they really wanted Bouknight. So I don't know, man. It could be some drama.
It's
Hopefully
gonna
they
be some
get it
drama,
let me
man.
together.
say
I'm
this.
telling you.
Let me say this though. I think that Borrego is good with LaMelo. Now LaMelo may not feel the same way, but Borrego's on thin ice, even with the contract extension. He's on thin ice. What they're trying to do is keep LaMelo Ball. That's why Jello got this spot right now, and Jello's showing his skill set shooting that three. There's a reason for it. Because if LaMelo leaves, the Hornets are in turmoil. I truly
Yeah, that's
believe that.
true.
Now, Booknight, that's why I said on this stream earlier today, I got to see it through preseason and the maturation. He's 20 years old. Right, Anthony King. I looked at all the Booknight interviews. He's humble. And he may ball hog here and there, but he's learning the game. I think if they have him at the shooting guard role where he doesn't have that much responsibility, simplify the game, things will be good.
Yeah, we all come in humble after that first interview
Exactly.
for a job. First 30 days on the job, you gonna be humble. You gonna
Exactly.
act right.
Listen, Anthony, I live in New York, bro. Listen to me, bro. That's not humble, bro. That's that New York swag, bro. You understand me? That's that New York swag. He got swag to him, bro. But I won't call that humble, bro. Trust me. You know, to me, you see it on and off the court, and you could tell. Listen, man. But Bouknight is an alpha dog, man. He got that alpha in him, and I like that. But we will know how humble he is when he's getting bench playing 10 minutes a game in the season. We will know how truly humble he is. What his attitude is going to be when they're keeping him bench 10, playing 2 minutes per quarter. We're gonna know. We're gonna see how humble he is, man. Like I said, time will tell.
But DJ, what you
Make sure
think
you hit the
about
like
Jello?
button.
What they doing with Jello?
Jello, that shot is top notch. What I think they're doing is not showcase him that much. If you showcase him a lot of these other teams can get him. They always need a shooter. I'm gonna tell you what works with Jello. Jello shot, his effort, his strength. Will work against him. He's 6'4.5". That's what it looks like.
Yeah, I mean, but when
Pretty
I
undersized
watch
for
players
small forward, even though he's
like
strong.
PJ Tucker, yeah, when I watch players like PJ Tucker, they know how to use their size and their weight and their girth to their advantage. So I think Jello can do the same thing. I think he shouldn't be trying to go up against 7-footers and bigs like that. When that's going on, you need to leave it to the 4 and 5 to be down there banging with those guys.
Yeah, that makes sense
Try
right
to
there.
sneak in and get a rebound if you can. But if you know you outmatch, just go ahead and let it go. Don't make a fool of yourself and give the coaches a reason to take you out or something like that.
And that's the importance of summer league. But Jello to get that, because remember he was a tweener. It seems like in Lithuania in high school, sometimes in the post, sometimes guard. He's learning how to be a guard in the NBA, and he hasn't played in 2 years. That's why I haven't been, nitpicking his game. I'm watching how he grows from it.
One thing that I was curious about seeing when the summer league started was Jello. He hasn't really showed his handle like Lonzo and LaMelo has, you know. And I was thinking that Jello had handle like that too. He when he was in Lithuania, he had handle, but he hasn't showed that in no time during the summer league. So I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know if he's scared to do too much or what. I don't know.
Shout out to Anthony King. He said, "Great point, panel. Respect."
Thank
Hey
you, my
man,
brother.
it's all about teaching. So Slick, what do you think about JT Thor? I know he's a project, but what did you see from him that stuck out?
Well, the thing about
Hello.
JT Thor is, I do believe, like I said, he has a higher ceiling too as well. Smart player. His IQ is a little higher than because when I analyze a player, I don't just analyze him based on what I see today. I analyze him based on ceiling, like a potential, because potential is very important. And like I said, my brother JT, I do believe he has the potential to be a great defensive player. If you really watch him, and like I said, he can be a good player in this league, a solid, pretty solid player. But like I said, man, it's all gonna come down to how they utilize him. And going off for what my brother Swag was saying about Jello with him dribbling the ball, and he was dribbling in Lithuania, etc. If you think about it, he's not put in position to dribble the ball. You know, like they have him standing in the wing, they have him standing in the hash. He's not put into position to get the ball. They're not even gonna allow him, to really like utilize his full skill set. So Jello in his mindset, he's thinking, okay, listen, I can't do everything, but I might as well just do what I do best, and that's catch and shoot the ball. You know, because they're not gonna give me a chance to do everything. So one of the things I do best is catching and shooting the ball, and this is what Jello is utilizing, and so this is what Jello is excelling at. And DJ, 2 weeks ago when I came in the panel, right, I got crucified for saying PJ Tucker, Jello can be another PJ Tucker. They said no, Jello can be Jello. He's a great scorer. He's gonna have he's gonna get a guy to have 30 points. I said no, Jello has to show what he can do besides scoring. He has to make the hustle plays. He has to uh, do stuff that a coach can look at him and say, listen, in his own words, 2 days ago, the coach said that we have players on this team, anybody can score 30 points a game. We need to see what else they can do, what else they bring to the table. And now I see, that Jello can't fit that PJ Tucker type mold. So like I said, man, all these guys, they have great ceiling, man. It's just the situations they're in, man. Situations is very important, DJ and Swag. It's all how about how you utilize that player. And like I said,
And Slick,
mhm.
I wanted to say when you mentioned PJ Tucker, I want the audience to know you were stating that a way for him to really stick with this roster,
Mm-hmm.
doing what you can to stay with a roster. No matter what you say about PJ Tucker, he's getting the bag. He's always reliable. He's always playing on a team that's winning. The
Mm-hmm.
Rockets didn't win it all, but they were winning. He won with the Bucks. Now he's with the Miami Heat, and the Miami Heat looks like a playoff team that can win a lot of games.
Yeah,
He's a
but
winner.
when Giannis was out in that series against the Nets, right? PJ Tucker was the third most valuable player in that team, arguably the second most
Facts.
valuable player in that team, averaging probably 5 points. I play fantasy sports, so I can tell you I know what value is. And in the finals, PJ Tucker obviously is the fourth most valuable player in that team, and he was averaging what 1-2 points in the finals. It's not just about scoring, guys. It's what else you bring to the table, your defense, your IQ, your consistency, etc. These things are very important. And like I said, Jello, he may be an undersized guard, but sorry, oversized guard, sorry. But at the same time, his liabilities, he can turn them into to assets. He can do other things that's good on the court. And I do believe he will do that. Lonzo wasn't a great defender in his first year, but he's turned into a great defender. And like I said, these things take time. It's not just about the scoring aspect, but we know Jello can score. I mean, if I look at the statistics, Jello's averaging down near a point a minute in the summer league. That is freaking crazy, DJ. Like to think about. Jello's averaging almost damn near a point a minute in the summer league. So Jello can score. We know he can score. But like I said, it's opportunity, and what else he brings to the table. I'm just kind of pissed off, man. They're not giving this man enough playing time, though. I mean, DJ, if Jello was getting 25, 30 minutes a game, I mean, one could argue he's averaging 20 points in that summer league. Because Jello
And
can
that's what
really,
pisses
really.
me off, man.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Jello's, yo, he could score in bunches, DJ. You can
Yeah.
go ahead, my brother.
Go ahead, DJ. You can go ahead.
oh, sorry, I was kind of delayed a bit. Sorry about the Slick Madison. What ticked me off is not even with the minutes with Jello. You saw this man hit a buzzer beater in the first half. At the end of the first half, you can't even draw a play for him to hit the last second shot. That's bad basketball. This is not about being a fan of Jello or not. You put your best shooters on the court for the last seconds in the game. So if a team has an eighth man on a rotation, but he's the best 3-point shooter, they're going to let him into the starting, not the starting, but the final rotation to take that shot. It's analytics. To see that happen and see Jello not get that shine, and they gave the ball to Vernon Carey to take the last second shot, and it was a dud. That's bad coaching. That's bad fundamentals, and that's what ticked me off about that game.
Do you think that it could be a situation where they don't want Jello to get too much shine and overshadow their new draft picks?
I can see that too. It's a game within a game. This is a lot of politics. It's weird. Even if Jello didn't make as much threes as he should, but he didn't take that much. You know what I mean? So I could definitely see that, man. Ashley says Vernon Butterfingers Carey. Hey, make sure y'all hit the like button.
Yeah, hit the like button, y'all.
Spam that like button, guys.
Yeah, but I think that coach, that's what happens when you have a stats guy. I mean, a analytics guy coaching. You know, like a player would have known to put his shooters in the game. You know, they would have had what is his name? Kaboko, tall white guy,
Boku
the shooter guy.
on the Hornets.
Kaboko, I think his name Kaboko.
Yeah,
He should
the
have. They
stretch
should.
big.
He should have had him and Jello in the game at the same time at the end of the game. That way, the floor would have been spaced, and one of them would have got the ball and hit that shot. So both of them was shooting really good the game in the beginning of the game. So, I mean, you got to put your shooters out there. You just can't have all these people that ain't really got no jumpers like that to be in the game at the end of the game like that. I don't know what he was thinking. Seemed to me like I don't know. It seemed to me like they were just focused on evaluating and trying to see who they're gonna cut. And
Yeah,
I
you're
hope
right,
that's a good
Swag.
thing for Jello. I hope that's a good thing for Jello that maybe they thinking about keeping him and they didn't have to put him in at that point. But it could be the other way. They probably thinking about sending him to the G League or whatever. And who knows, man. But I hope they keep him though, because he been playing the best out of everybody. He deserves a spot.
I do agree with you, Swag. I mean, one thing these coaches they like to do is put people in situational positions, and it's all about evaluating and seeing, and it could be a possibility that they already got what they needed from Jello. What if they try and evaluate other players? Now that may be a scenario too as well. I think Booknight's minutes might coming towards the end of the summer league. And a lot of the starters' minutes may come down a little bit too as well. And you already see teams pulling their star players like what's his name? Jalen Green, sorry.
Green.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Jalen
Jalen
Green.
Green.
They're holding him out the next game. They said he's pretty much done for the summer league. I know he has a hamstring issue, but he's pretty much done for the summer league. And they might end up pulling Cade very soon. So yeah, I mean, let's see what happens. Maybe Jello gets way more minutes next game. It's all about evaluating these players. I think I'll be very shocked to see uh, if they actually cut Jello. I mean, I'm more bullish on them signing Jello to the G League or a two-way contract than him actually making the roster. But I would be slightly surprised if he makes the roster. But to be more realistic, I am more leaning towards G League. But yeah, man, Jello got nothing else to prove, man. He did his thing. He did what he's supposed to do. I mean, what more can I ask of him? He was that spark plug off the bench. He was the second best player, arguably the best player on that team. He showed a lot of promise. I mean, he's not there yet. He's not polished, but this is a player that is actually playing, like DJ said, after 2 years, organized basketball. I mean, come on. The dude is rusty and averaging damn near a point a minute. Like, second leading scorer on the freaking team with less minutes than all the starters. What more do you want from this guy? So that's all I have to say, man.
Hey, yo, Alex, what
I
you mean
just
by
don't.
less?
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, yeah, I was like, Alex, what do you mean by less time for Jello, less hero ball from the team? I mean, Jello needs to have more time. he's, he's a shooter. Now the
Yeah, I
hero
just on
ball,
the. I just on the. Oh, go ahead, DJ. My bad.
yeah, no problem. I'm saying the hero ball. That's something that's been rolling its ugly head with the Hornets. So they've been doing that all season. Like they don't have an identity, like we've been saying this whole time in New Media Nation United. And so that festered its ugly head with the summer league team. All those old habits are reaping to this team right now, and it just sucks. What, they're 0-3 now? They're 0-3. There's a reason for that. They're 0-3 because they're about I, not about team. And yes, you're supposed to look out for yourself to an extent because it's the summer league. But damn it, how about you share the ball? Look at the Spurs. Everybody at the Spurs is trying to fight for a position, but they're sharing the ball. But the Hornets can't do it because they think this is the and one mixtape tour, and they gotta
Exactly.
get theirs and worry about nobody else.
The thing that kills me is when they look at an open shooter and go the other way with the ball. That's the thing that kills me. Like
hmm
they make it so obvious to everybody in the audience that y'all not trying to pass the ball to anybody. Y'all only think about yourself. If you're gonna do it, at least fake it. At least try to make it look like you trying to play within the game. But they just making it obvious that they being selfish out there on the court. I wouldn't want Jello to go to the G League because I don't see how he gets better there. Like if this is what the G League has to offer these guys he's playing against now, he ain't gonna get better. He ain't gonna get better playing with them. He's
But
better than
think
them.
about it,
He's on a
Swag.
higher level than them.
Think about it, Swag. Let's really think about it. If Jello goes straight to the NBA roster, right? Let's be realistic. He's gonna get a Thanasis treatment. Sorry, Thanasis treatment. He's gonna be the guy coming in the game. The guys coming in at the end of the game in a blowout. I mean, he's probably gonna get minutes. If he goes to the G League, we all know Jello's gonna be top two, top three leading scorer in the G League. He's gonna get minutes. He's gonna be a starter. He's gonna go to the G League, light up all those prospects, light up all those players in the G League, and he's gonna have a better case to come up in the main roster and get minutes. We've seen guys that made it in the G League that lit up the G League and came up to the main roster and had actually rotational minutes. You know, for me personally, I get what you're saying, but like I said, if he comes up to the main roster, he's getting the Thanasis treatment, man. Let's be real. Something like tragic got to happen for him to actually get rotational minutes. I'm talking about 2, 3 guys ahead of him injured, or something got to happen for him to actually get minutes. I don't see Borrego giving Jello 10 to 15 minutes a game, let alone even 5 minutes. In the G League, he can get a solid quality 30 minutes a game. And yes, I do believe he will get better in the G League as well. I mean, he's going to be playing organized basketball. He's going to have, a close, you know, close to NBA type coach, and trainers to help him actually get better. So I
I
don't think
mean,
the G League is such a
but
bad idea.
the main roster doesn't have any shooters. Like
I
who they gonna
understand
get
that.
to shoot the ball?
I understand that, but I mean,
He feels a need. Jello feels a need.
yeah, he feels a
You
need,
know,
but will they understand that? Will they actually let him, get those minutes? Or DJ Cut? Yeah, you know, some teams they have that need, but they still won't pull that trigger, man. I've seen this all the time, man. They have that need, but they still won't pull that trigger, man. I've seen the Lakers had the need for a playmaker, and they had Quinn Cook sitting on the freaking bench. They would not let him play. Like, it's not just about the needs; it's about the coaching and actually, having the guys, that coaching team actually trusting that player, that 11, 12, or 13 man on that team. You know, I've seen many times. So sometimes it's just not just about the need. I just don't want Joe to come to the main roster and not like just ride the bench, just ride Melo's coattails, man. I just don't want that to happen to this young man. I'd rather him go to the G League and light it up, score 30 points a game, and then come up in the main roster and get quality minutes. Like, okay, we know that this is what Jello's done. Jello's probably, leading scorer in the G League. He's built a good case for himself. We're going to give Jello some minutes when he comes up, and that's it. But let's see what happens. Right now, anything that's given to Jello going to the main roster is going to look like, okay, he's getting this position because of his brother, and we all know this. But at the same time, I just want Jello to have a case for himself, and he is building the case for himself. But like I said, man, it can go any way. But I don't understand where you're coming from, Swag. I mean, I want to hear your thoughts on what like what I'm saying, and why do you think him going to the main roster would be better over going to G League? Well, what are your thoughts, Swag?
I mean, I just think that he feels a need when on the main roster. I feel like if Jello is playing with the main roster, he's probably what the 13th to the 15th man on the roster. I think if LaMelo is running point, he's gonna get his brother shots. They've been playing together since they were little kids. He know what Jello is gonna be. He know what Jello wants the ball. I think he would get some burn if he was on the main roster. I don't think LaMelo would accept his brother just sitting on the bench when they need shooters. I don't think that would happen. I don't think Borrego would let that happen.
Mm-hmm.
Because they trying to do whatever they can to keep LaMelo. Like I don't see that happening. I don't see him going to the G League. I think he's either gonna be with the Hornets or he's gonna go to another team. Because I could see a team like the Warriors snatching him up. I mean, he's a shooter. Who doesn't need shooting?
Mm-hmm.
Any contender can use a spot up shooter. So I see him going. I don't see him lasting in the G League. If they do send him to the G League, I think somebody's gonna try to snatch him up if they can.
The thing is, both of you are making a point. Slick Madison is talking about, well, if he's on the team, he shouldn't be sitting on the bench and not getting no run. The G League, someone said it. Jalen Green went toe to toe with the G League players, and they was giving him everything they got. So the G League has gotten a lot better over the time with their development. I don't think it's too much of a bad thing. Now let's put this out there. We all want Jello to not only make the roster but to play. I think anybody in the chat who's a fan of the Ball family, etc., would love to see that. But I see both points, and I also see Swag Buzz's point where there's something different with this Hornet organization. You can tell. You look at the moves. Some people say it's not enough. Now I think they need to get another 5-man. You can't have Plumlee being your starting 5-man. But besides that, they got rid of Devontae. They got rid of one of the twins. I think both of the twins. Am I correct? Both of the twins.
I don't think the
Yeah.
second one.
I think I know
The second
Cody's
one is still
going
there.
right.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
second one is still
Cody.
there. But
Oh,
he's next though. He's next up
oh,
the door.
But see, they're getting rid of the
oh.
teacher's pets, and the only
Mm-hmm.
teacher pet that's still left is Gordon Hayward. There's a
It's
reason
gonna be
for it.
hard for them to move him
Oh yeah, that
with that
contract is
contract.
horrible.
Yeah.
Uh, Ashley says, yeah, that's what I see the best scenario. Seth started lighting them dudes up in the D League at the time, and he becomes a hot commodity. Watch
Yeah.
the end
Mm-hmm.
of Summer League when all the starters are just resting, and Jello is the one getting all the shots and repetition. They're going to see his scoring ability then. And I know people are going to say, well, they're resting players, but Jello hasn't played 2 years. This is great for Jello. And no matter if he's playing against the first team, second team, as long as Jello's playing, people are going to watch.
He's gonna light them players in, man, in the last
Oh
couple of
yeah,
games. Yeah, man. We're gonna see a 30-point game incoming.
So so it sounds to me like y'all rather him go to the G League than to be on an active main roster
no, I want him on the active
as a
main
13,
roster,
Yeah,
14
main
shooter.
roster for
but I
sure.
want him to play.
I want Jello to
Okay.
go somewhere where
I
he
don't
can
want him
build a
sitting on
case
no
for himself.
bench.
Yeah, like like I said, for me, if Jello can go to the main roster, at least get 10 to 15 minutes and build his case. Whereby, okay, listen, I'm either a 6-man type of player, I'm a starter, a rotational type player. I don't want him to just go and ride the bench. He's not gonna build a case for himself on the bench, just riding the bench, like not getting any minutes. So come on, why waste his time? Let him go to the G League and let him ball out. You understand? Let him go to the G League, let him ball out, let him build a case for himself. So other teams can look and be like, you know what, man, this brother can shoot, man. You know, like they come on, like what is this dude doing in the G League? Caruso came from the G League. You know, come on, Caruso came from the G League, went to the main roster, playing 5-10 minutes, and not getting no burn, and this dude is locking on players in the finals, man. Like we've seen many players come from the G League and actually became solid rotational pieces and championship type players. So you know, the G League is pretty good. It's a good way to build your case. But like I said, man, I want Jello on the main roster. I just don't want him to like go to the main roster and ride the bench, man. Like I don't want him to not get any minutes and coming out there waving, when the coach is waving the white flag. I don't want that. Teams blowing out the Hornets, or the Hornets are blowing out teams, and Jello's getting 1-2 minute type games. Like that would be sad to watch, man. Jello doesn't deserve that, man. That's all
Yeah, he
I'm saying.
deserves better than that.
And
And
yes, they do need shooters. And one thing where Swag is right, I was wrong to compare Jello to Thanasis. Thanasis did not feel that need for the Bucks. They didn't need Thanasis. Thanasis is just there. Jello feels that need for the Hornets. And this is where my brother Swag is right. He does feel that need. But can the organization see this? And that's where like I agree with Swag. So, we gotta see, man. We just gotta see.
looking at the chat, brother, and the responses, there's a consensus agreement for most that they just want to see Jello play, and they want him on an active roster, but only if he's playing. Because if he's on the bench in an active roster, that's not fun at all.
Mm-hmm.
That's not fun at all. Let me read some of these comments. Go up. Let's see, Ashley. Ashley says, I want him to play when he gets to the main roster. Same here. Taufik says, Jello will be in the G League, sadly, because the main roster room. I was like, where you
I'm
at,
back in.
Buzz?
My bad. My internet cut out or something. I don't know what happened. My bad.
Right.
Yeah, bro.
But
But
Swag
what I was
Buzz.
saying. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, Swag Buzz. Do you understand where we're coming from? Where we want Jello on the active roster when he's playing, not just sitting the bench. We want him to play. So if he's on an active roster, I hope they bring him to use his gifts and not use him, because he's LaMelo's brother and we can sell tickets. No. Use Jello if you're going to put him on an active roster. Don't waste his talents. Because other teams who need a shooter and say, hey, we'll give you more minutes, they'll be like, hey, we'll take Jello.
So the Nasties, he plays like 10 minutes, right?
A little bit
Say
less.
he take. Okay, so
That's
let's say he
another
plays
play.
5 to 10 minutes.
Right.
Is
Yeah.
that okay?
Mm-hmm.
Would y'all be okay with that in the first year?
Nah, it got to be more than that.
15,
Okay.
man, 15.
15, at
But
least
but
15 minutes.
actually, no. But Thanasis does not play 5 to 10 minutes. Actually, Thanasis plays less than 5 minutes. Cause I do DraftKings, so I like I'm always into these players and the minutes and how much the value is gonna be. Thanasis does not even see the court sometimes. Most games, if it's a close game, Thanasis will play probably 2 minutes. If it's a blowout, which is probably 20%, 30% of the season, then Thanasis plays probably about 5 to 10 minutes max. And in the playoffs, forget it. You're not gonna see him. But yeah,
All
I
Thanasis was good for was slamming that,
mhm.
that court.
I want Jello. I want Jello to have like, okay, he's gonna be playing his 15 minutes, 20 minutes a game, and that's it. I don't want him to be that player. Okay, go in the game. We blowing out this team, or we getting blown out. Just go in the game. Just you're the type of player. The human white flag. I don't want him to be like a Jared Dudley. The human white
Yeah.
flag. I don't want that for Jello. He don't deserve that, man. Go ahead, my brother. Sorry to cut you off.
So what y'all expecting for Game 4? Like, what do y'all think the coaches are gonna do in Game 4?
Mm. Let me go first, DJ. You want to go ahead?
Yeah, let me go with this one real quick. Game 4, I think they'll look at the film and they'll realize that even though Jello didn't make his threes, there weren't really much opportunities. They're gonna use that more. Now I'm not saying he's gonna play 25 minutes, but I think there'll be a little up the ante of minutes. Maybe since he made that last second shot and the buzzer beater, that probably changed things. Look at his first half minutes and second half minutes. What, he played 3 minutes in the second half?
Yeah, 3 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he played 3 minutes in the second half. That tells you something. Jello should have played through any
I think
shooting or anything.
I think that air ball that he shot, I think they pulled him after he did that. I think that was the thing that kind of messed him up. I think the coach probably thought he was fatigued or something. But it looked to me like the defender got a piece of it. It didn't look like a straight up air ball to me. It looked like he got a piece of it with his finger and just threw the shot off a little bit. So hopefully they didn't penalize Yellow for that. I just think he shot an air ball.
It was a block shot. It was kind of,
Yeah, I thought it was a block
yeah,
shot because it looked. I don't think Jello would shoot something like that,
yeah. He's too
that
great of
off.
a shooter. hmm
Yeah,
Yeah, I do see. Expect the Hornets, some of the coaching staff to stagger some of the minutes for the starters. So you can expect probably 15 to 20 minutes. At this point, I'm listening. I mean, it would be good for them to win a game, but at this point, they don't really care about like going to the summer league championship or anything like that. At this point, they're there to check players out to see who we bring to the main roster, who we're cutting, and like I said, man, I think this game 4 is a pivotal game for Jello, for the team, and I do think Jello's gonna step up to the plate, man, like he's always done. Listen, the kid is averaging a minute a game, damn near a minute a game. He's doing his thing, man, and he's trying his best to like showcase his talents, given in the hand that he's dealt. This is the same shit that happened with LaMelo, and Lonzo as well. This coach in the summer league is giving me that Luke Walton type vibes. He's just trying to, win games, and he don't think Jello, can be a factor for him winning games, which is stupid because Jello's damn near the best scorer on the team. I still think Bouknight. Listen, I'm not here to trash any of these young players. They're rookies. They're gonna make rookie mistakes. I'm gonna judge them on what I'm seeing right now. The ball kind of does stop with Bouknight. He is kind of a ball stopper. But that's okay. I mean, listen, there's gonna be ball dominant players, and there's gonna be players like Jello that doesn't have to dribble the ball, that can just catch and shoot and and score. And like I said, they need Jello out there, and I do believe if Jello, gets a lot of minutes, they can win the game. They can start winning games. And I do think tomorrow we might see a scenario where Jello probably gets 20 minutes, probably puts up, 18 points, 16 points. He had a cold game today, but he's going to bounce back tomorrow. And yeah, and it's going to be a pivotal game for Jello. And just to see how, they react to it and respond. And I'll be very pissed, DJ. I'll be very pissed if Jello doesn't get any more minutes than what he got today, man. I'll be very pissed, man.
He better play more minutes. And shout out to Sean Bless. He said maybe overly optimistic, but I feel like the Hornets already know they have to keep Jello to keep LaMelo happy. They're just giving other guys a chance to showcase themselves. That can happen too. Shout out to King Fuswood House. He said we in here. What's good, brother? Great stream. Make sure
yeah.
you
Shout
subscribe.
shout out to Rev, man.
Mm-hmm.
Rev had me cracking up on his stream,
The
man. Oh my
preacher,
God, I was
man.
in tears. I was in tears, man.
Hmm.
Yeah, shout out to Rev. He did a good show tonight.
Yeah, he
But
did.
so I'm looking at the Hornets roster, and so it's like three guys that hadn't played yet. So I'm pretty sure they're gonna get these guys some burn next game, game 4. Mahoney, Williams, and McGriff. I don't think they seen the floor yet, have they?
No, I haven't seen him that much. Especially McGriff. I have not seen him either. These
Yeah,
games have been
so
close.
they gonna get some burn next game because they gonna want to get them an opportunity to show off their skills so they can go to another G League team or get picked up by somebody. Game four is usually their game that they show the players off that they're not gonna pick on the team. They're not gonna do anything with them. They're just gonna give them a chance to showcase their skills for other teams.
Shout out to Rev supporting this channel. He said, DJ, does Jello make the roster? Right now, I think he'll make a two-way contract. The ball's in LaMelo's court. Swag Buzz already pointed it out. They're trying to make that brother happy, man. They don't want to take that dude off. There's a lot of suitors for LaMelo. Once LaMelo goes in free agency, every team and their mama will want to have LaMelo Ball. And he's getting that bag, too. So I think a two-way deal for Jello. Jello has been shooting well. I'm not looking at the stats. I'm not looking, he had 8 points. I'm looking at the efficiency. He's doing his job. He's hustling. He's shooting threes. It's not his fault that he's not getting minutes. This team is clearly trying to watch every other player play. Maybe they've seen enough from Jello to know that, hey, they know what he does. They're trying to get the younger guys some run. So Jello, if anything, is a two-way contract. It's the 15-man roster. Rev, you know this better than anyone. You counted 10 players, and you couldn't even go to 15, and I don't blame you because there's not
Yeah, all
that many
trash.
great players. Besides LaMelo and Rev, you said this too, and I'm glad you did last night. Besides LaMelo, you can put Terry Rozier. I guess you put Gordon Hayward, even though he has tunnel vision, and Miles Bridges. It's not much. You're right, Rev. The roster is atrocious. They got some players away, but look at this. Last season, there were a ton of injuries in the league. We had a stream one time, me, Rev, and Coach Joe, and this is when the Hornets was having a winning streak. And we said this. We said that the Hornets are taking advantage of teams being beaten up from the bubble, and they had to go back-to-back seasons. So last year's roster wasn't even all that.
Yeah, last year Ross wasn't good at all. I just want to see, man. I want to see Jello with Melo and Jason just playing with real NBA players. I think when he plays with real NBA players, he'll be able to really shine, get his shot off. Playing with these bums, man. Well, I ain't gonna call them bums. I'm gonna try to be nice. Playing with these less than skilled players than NBA players, he not gonna be able to perform like that because they don't know when to give him the ball. They don't know they're not watching. They're all for themselves and they're just trying to shoot shots to make them look good. They're not trying to shoot to get people open. They're not dribbling or playing the game to get people open and get better shots for their teammates. They're only thinking about themselves. So I just want to see him play with real NBA players that play for their teammates, not just for themselves.
Hey man, I got something to say real quick, DJ.
All right, for sure.
Sandro Long. There's one thing we don't appreciate in the new media, man. Everybody got their own opinions, man. Just respect everybody's opinions. Whatever I'm saying, or DJ, or coach, or anybody, or even my brother, Swag, just respect their opinions, man. It's all opinions in here. Just be respectful in the comments and just respect everybody's opinions. You don't have to do all of that. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, and shout out to everybody in the panel. Sean Bless, Rev, everybody that's showing love to new media. Swag Buzz, man. He brought up the ether that make your soul burn steeper. Golly. But the G League team lacks talent. They have potential. They have athletes, but damn, it's hard to watch at times, man. You be a bad roster put team and you're ball hogging. That's a recipe for disaster. That's some shit that you don't want to see. And everyone is seeing it.
everyone is watching. There's nothing on right now. There's NFL training camp and there's summer league, and people are seeing how the Hornets run their organization. This assistant coach does everything that James Borrego does, playing that crappy auto zone defense, hero ball, not making enough screens, all that we saw earlier in the season. They're doing the same thing. That's why I was not a fan of James Borrego taking that contract. This coach hasn't even sniffed 500% of wins, and all of a sudden he gets a multiple-year contract. We're going to have to wait to see with this team, man.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think they kind of did that as a formality. They still can get him out of there if he come in there screwing up. I'm pretty sure there's a way in the contract they can get him out of there. They might owe him some money, but if I'm pretty sure if he comes in there screwing up the team, they don't make the playoffs, they're trash, they're gonna get him up out of there.
Yeah, I agree, man. And but this was a great show, brothers. Make sure you subscribe to Swag Buzz, uh, uh, Slim. Man, you guys were on it today, man. Any last words from you, brothers? Swag Buzz first.
Yeah, man, I just appreciate y'all having me. This was fun. Yeah, looking to do more
Yeah,
videos with
Swag
y'all,
Buzz.
and can you hear me? Can you hear me?
All right, technical difficulties, but Joey said, "Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah, I hear you now." But everybody, man, thank you for supporting the channel. New Media Nation United. It's a family. You already know what it is. Shout out to Joey for the $4.99 super chat. He said JB is just a manager of skill. Boy, these comments are funny as hell. But it's all love, though. Hug your friends, hug your family, love the earth. Peace and blessings to everybody, man. Let's level up. Let's be the best people we can be. Let's grow. You already know what it is.